All right, so you want to sell online, become your own boss, right? Like work in your pajamas all day. Who doesn't? Today, we're going to deep dive into some excerpts from Manx by Design's website, specifically from their article, How to Sell Online and Make Money Doing What You Love. Yeah, that's a mouthful, but I love that last part, the doing what you love part. And I've got an expert here to help us pull out all those juicy bits of advice.
Well, what I noticed right off the bat was this whole focus on passive income.
Oh, yeah, passive income, that's the dream, right?
But hold on, before you think easy money, it's not about that at all. It's about setting up a system that works for you, that's generating income, even when you're not actively like slaving away. And the article really ties this to your passions. Like
Yeah.
what really gets you fired up? What could you talk about for hours and
I
hours?
mean, I could talk about this for hours. But yeah, so ditching the 9 to 5 grind, but not by just, jumping into another hustle.
Exactly. It's about building something that's sustainable. And the article's very upfront that this isn't some get-rich-quick scheme.
Which I appreciate, because if you're in a tough spot financially, needing immediate cash flow, this isn't it. But if you're playing the long game, that's where this approach gets really, really interesting.
Absolutely. This is about creating freedom and flexibility for yourself down the line, but it requires a solid understanding of the essentials.
Mm-hmm.
And they lay out 4 key components for any online business: website,
Okay,
payment gateway,
got it.
hosting, and that all-important domain name.
Okay, break that down for me. A website, sure, we get it. It's your online storefront. But why are the other three so important? Why a payment gateway? Why hosting? Why even bother with a domain name? Can't people just send you money directly?
Well, let's start with the domain name. It's not just an address, it's your brand's first impression. A strong domain name, one that people will remember, builds credibility and makes it easier for people to find you. Think of it like prime real estate, but for your online presence.
Makes sense. Okay, so what about hosting? Isn't that just technical mumbo jumbo?
It is technical, but it's the foundation your website sits on. Reliable hosting ensures your website loads quickly and is always accessible. Slow loading times or like frequent downtime, that can kill your business before it even starts. Imagine someone's trying to buy your product, but the website keeps crashing.
Oh no. Frustration City.
Total frustration.
Okay, and the payment gateway, people can just send you money directly, right?
Sure they could, but that's not exactly professional or scalable. A payment gateway, it acts as like a secure intermediary. It processes transactions between you and your customers. And that layer of trust and security, that's crucial for any online business, especially if you're dealing with, sensitive customer data.
So it's about more than just getting paid, it's building trust, which makes total sense in the online world. Speaking of trust, the article mentions a resource for comparing payment gateways, which I think is genius. Finding the right fit for your business is key, and I bet that resource can help avoid some major headaches down the line.
Oh, definitely. It's not one size fits all. The right payment gateway will depend on your location, the types of products or services you're selling, even your average transaction volume.
And they even dive into specific examples later, like SumUp, and how it might be a good fit, especially for businesses just starting out. But we'll get to that later. For now, let's shift gears a bit. You know the saying, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. Well, the article goes deep into how to actually make that a reality, turning your passion into profit.
Right. And they use the example of a cooking blog,
Okay, yeah.
which I think is a really good illustration. Say you're passionate about food, you love creating new recipes and sharing your culinary adventures. Why not monetize that?
That's such a good idea. I'm
Yeah.
already picturing it. Stunning food photography, those mouth-watering descriptions, maybe even some drool-worthy videos.
And it goes beyond just the content itself. You're building a community, you're connecting with people who share your passion. Think about engaging video tutorials, live streams where you interact with your audience, maybe even offer online cooking classes.
And all of that needs a home base, right? That's where the website becomes the hub for your online business. The article really stresses how important website content is, and not just any content, content that converts.
That's right. And it's not just about pretty pictures and witty captions. It's about strategically structuring your content to attract customers and guide them, towards making a purchase. Think clear product descriptions, compelling calls to action, and testimonials that build that trust factor.
And then there's SEO, search engine optimization. Oh, SEO, which can feel like this giant black hole of, technical jargon. But the article offers some guidance on that front as well, right?
Yeah, they do. It's like a crash course in making your website visible to the right people.
Yeah.
They even mentioned that Manx by Design offers services to help with this, which can be a lifesaver for people who aren't tech-savvy or just don't have the time to delve into the intricacies of SEO.
Okay, let's be real for a second. Building an online business, even around something you love, it's still work. There's a learning curve, there are tech hurdles, and it can feel, honestly, overwhelming at times. And the article acknowledges that. They're not sugarcoating it, which I really appreciate.
And that's where they introduced their done-for-you option,
Yeah.
which I think is a brilliant solution for people who want to hit the ground running without getting bogged down in the technical stuff.
Right. Starting at £110 for a basic website or landing page with free payment gateway integration, that's a pretty good deal, especially for someone who's just eager to get started, get launched.
Yeah. It takes away a lot of those initial barriers to entry, allowing you to focus on what you do best, creating amazing products or services, and connecting with your target audience.
But hold on, even if you're like totally sold on this done-for-you option, or if you're brave enough to go the DIY route, there's still a big decision to make. What platform do you build your website on?
No, that's a great point. There are so many options out there, but the article highlights two popular ones, Wix and Shopify. And they each have their pros and cons, but the key is choosing the one that aligns with your business needs, your budget, your technical capabilities.
And before you jump headfirst into building your website, there's one thing you absolutely cannot forget: compatibility.
Oh, yeah.
Your payment gateway has to play nicely with your chosen platform, otherwise you're in for a world of hurt.
Absolutely. You don't want to invest all this time and effort into building your website only to realize your payment gateway isn't compatible. And this is where a solution like SumUp comes in.
Okay, there it is. Sum up. The article seemed pretty high on them, especially for folks who are just starting out. So what's so special about SumUp? Why is it so great for new businesses?
Well, SumUp is a payment processing company. It's known for being super user-friendly and affordable. And what's cool is that it integrates seamlessly with both Wix and Shopify. So you don't have to worry about those compatibility issues we were just talking about.
And they also throw in some extra goodies, right?
Yeah, they do. When you sign up with SumUp, you get a free online store and invoicing software. I mean, come on. Every penny counts when you're just starting out, right? These tools can help streamline your operations and free up your time so you can focus on growing your business. Plus, their transaction fees are very competitive.
So it's not just about taking payments, it's about supporting those new businesses, giving them the tools they need to succeed.
Exactly. It's like having a business partner in your corner, cheering you on and providing the resources you need.
I love that. Now, I know what everyone's thinking at this point. We're talking about selling online, doing what we love. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to one thing: the money. Can you actually make a decent living doing this?
Right, that's the million-dollar question. And the article doesn't shy away from it. It takes a very realistic approach to this whole income potential thing.
Which I appreciate. No pie-in-the-sky promises here.
Right. They emphasize that your earnings will depend on a number of factors: the industry you're in, the demand for your product or service, your pricing strategy, and of course, how much effort you put into marketing your business. You can't just assume you'll be rolling in dough overnight.
It's about, doing your research, assessing the viability of your idea and your target market before you get swept up in those dreams of fortune.
Absolutely. It's about setting realistic expectations and understanding that building a successful online business takes time, effort, and dedication. But here's the thing. Even if you don't become a millionaire overnight, there's immense value in creating something you're passionate about.
Yeah, it's about aligning your work with your values,
Mhm.
having the freedom and flexibility to design your own lifestyle and potentially generating a good income, whether it's part-time or full-time.
Which brings us back to the whole doing what you love aspect.
Right.
It's not just a catchy tagline, it's the heart of this approach to building an online business.
I love that. And speaking of heart, let's talk about the people behind Max by Design. The creators of this very insightful article, they share their founder story, and it's really inspiring.
It is a relocation, a background in healthcare, a totally unexpected business admin course, and eventually finding success in the online world. It shows you that our paths aren't always linear, and sometimes those unexpected detours lead us to our true calling.
And what's interesting is how they highlight the pandemic's impact on their business. They became like this essential resource for businesses that were struggling to adapt to the online world, providing technical support when everyone else was shutting down.
Talk about being in the right place at the right time. It shows their resilience, but also this deep commitment to helping others succeed. They saw a need, and they stepped up to fill it, which is incredibly admirable.
And it goes beyond just building websites. It's about building relationships and supporting their clients, every step of the way. They seem to have this personal touch that you don't always see in today's digital world.
Absolutely. They're not just selling a service, they're investing in their client's success.
And they even take it a step further by linking to a Shopify guide on all the different ways to make money online.
I love that. It's like they're saying, hey, we're here to help you succeed, even if it means sending you to resources outside of our own platform.
And the best part is no sign up required. This guide is a gold mine of information, whether you're launching a completely online business, expanding a physical store into the digital space, or just looking to add a few more income streams to what you're already doing.
It's a treasure trove of ideas and inspiration for anyone who wants to, leverage the power of the internet to generate income.
Seriously, it's a must-read for anyone who's serious about building a successful online presence, and we haven't even touched on the marketing aspect yet. Oh, right. You can have the most amazing website in the world, the best products, but if nobody knows about you, it's all for nothing.
Yeah, that's where marketing comes in. And the article doesn't shy away from this crucial element.
No, they don't. They even offer some really practical advice on promoting your business and connecting with your target audience.
And they specifically recommend Alex Harris Digital as the go-to marketing expert, especially highlighting his focus on the Isle of Man and his experience with big names like Booking.com.
Wow. Booking.com, that's huge.
Right. Having a seasoned marketing expert in your corner can make such a difference in reaching the right customers and achieving your business goals.
Absolutely. And it shows that Manx by Design is committed to providing their clients with access to the best resources and support. It's not just about building a website, it's about creating a whole ecosystem of support to help their clients thrive. What really stood out to me throughout this whole article was the emphasis on doing what you love. It wasn't just a catchy phrase, it was woven into every single aspect of their approach to building an online business.
It's a powerful reminder that work doesn't have to be a soul-crushing grind. The online world offers amazing opportunities to create a business that reflects who you are, what you value.
Okay, let's take a step back for a second and recap what we've uncovered. We talked about the allure of passive income, but also emphasized that it's not about easy money. It's about building a sustainable system.
We broke down those 4 essential elements of any online business website: payment gateway, hosting, and domain name, and we discussed why each one is so crucial for success.
We explored that whole idea of turning your passion into profit, using that cooking blog example to illustrate how a hobby can become a thriving online business.
We talked about creating high-quality website content that actually converts, and how SEO can help attract the right customers.
We even touched on the convenience of that done-for-you option for those who want to launch quickly, as well as the importance of choosing a website platform that's, well, first of all, compatible with your payment gateway, but also aligned with your business needs.
And we delved into the benefits of SumUp, particularly for new businesses, highlighting its user-friendliness, affordability, and those great free tools like an online store and invoicing software.
We talked about the money question, the big one, emphasizing the importance of realistic expectations and understanding those factors that really influence your income potential.
And we celebrated the inspiring story of Manx by Design's founder, highlighting their dedication to client support and their passion for empowering others to succeed in the online world.
Wow, we covered a lot. What stands out to you the most? What's really clicking for you as you think about your own online business journey?
For me, it's that reminder that this is a marathon, not a sprint. Building a successful online business takes time, effort, a whole lot of passion.
Totally agree. And it's about, enjoying the journey with all the ups and downs and never losing sight of why you started in the first place.
And don't forget to never stop learning. The online world is constantly changing, so staying curious and adaptable is key.
Right. You've got to be willing to try new things, experiment, adjust your strategies as needed.
And never underestimate the power of community and support. Connecting with other entrepreneurs, seeking out mentors, learning from each other's experiences, that can make a world of difference.
Finding your tribe and lifting each other up along the way. Now, this might feel overwhelming, but remember, you don't have to do this alone. Resources like Manx by Design are out there to support you every step of the way. And they encourage you to reach out with any questions you have, no matter how big or small they are.
That really speaks to their commitment to their clients. They're not just selling websites, they're building relationships, and they're empowering entrepreneurs to thrive.
And they offer a whole range of services beyond website building, including SEO, marketing, technical support. They're like that one-stop shop for all your online business needs.
Yeah, it's all about finding the right partners and the right resources to help you navigate, this ever-changing landscape of online business. And
Yeah.
Mangs by Design seems like a valuable resource for that, especially for those in the UK, Ireland, the Isle of Man, and the Channel Islands.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought. Think about what unique skills and passions and experiences you bring to the table. What product or service could you offer that combines those things in a way that only you can?
That's where the real magic happens.
Mm.
When you tap into your authentic self and share your gifts with the world, you create a business that's not only profitable, but also truly fulfilling.
It's about finding that sweet spot where your passion meets a need, a genuine need in the marketplace. And remember, the online world is constantly evolving, so there's always room for new ideas, for fresh perspectives.
So don't be afraid to dream big, to think outside the box, and to experiment until you find what works for you. There is no one-size-fits-all formula for success, and that's what makes this whole journey so exciting.
I love that. Okay, I think it's time to wrap up this part of our deep dive. But before we go,
I mean, Booking.com, they're a global company. For them to trust this guy, that says a lot about his expertise.
it does, yeah. And it shows that Manx by Design really cares about giving their clients the best resources, the best support they can find.
Okay, I think it's time to talk about the elephant in the room, money. Can you really make a living selling online, doing what you love, all
Yeah,
that?
and the article doesn't avoid that question at all. Actually, I really respect them for that. You see so many like courses or whatever promising you'll get rich quickly, but Max by Design, they keep it real. They're clear that your income depends on a lot of things, the industry, how much demand there is for what you're offering, your marketing. It's not some guaranteed path to being a millionaire. Yeah, which is nice to hear. No crazy promises. So it really comes down to having a good product, understanding who you're selling to, and putting in the work. But even if you don't want to be, super rich, building a business you actually enjoy, that's got to be worth something,
Well,
right?
totally. Think about it. You're the boss. You've got flexibility. You're in control. You can grow at your own pace. Even a little side income from doing something you love, that can be super rewarding.
Okay, let's switch gears for a sec. The article talks about the people behind Manx by Design, and their founder story is pretty inspiring. I mean, moving, a background in healthcare, then a business admin course out of the blue. It wasn't some straight shot to success.
It's a good example of how life takes you in different directions. Sometimes you end up somewhere you never expected, and it turns out to be amazing. What I found really interesting was how they talked about the pandemic and how it impacted their business. They became so important for all these businesses that were trying to adapt to the whole online world, providing tech support when other places were closing down.
They were there when people needed them. It really shows they're not just about making websites. They want their clients to do well, to be successful. And I get this feeling of community from them, like they give personalized attention, which is really cool to see.
Right. It's not just a transaction. It's like they're invested in their client's success.
Mhm.
And then on top of that, they link to this Shopify guide all about making money online. It's free. You don't even have to sign up for anything.
Oh, yeah, that guide is amazing. It's packed with useful info. Whether you're starting totally from scratch, adding an online shop to your store, or you just want a few more ways to make money, I mean, who couldn't use a little extra cash, right?
They're really generous sharing resources like that. Even though it means people might go to a different platform, they clearly want to help people.
Yeah. It shows they care more about building a community than just promoting their own thing. Okay, we've talked about a lot. What's sticking with you? What are you thinking about as you consider your own online journey?
For me, the big takeaway is that this is a marathon, not a sprint. Building a successful business online, it takes time and effort, and you have to be passionate about it. There's no magic trick, but if you have the right help and resources, you can definitely do it.
I agree. And it's about balancing, those practical things like setting up your website, choosing the right tools, with staying connected to that passion that got you started. It's not just about making money, it's about making something you're proud of.
Right. And it's important to stay curious, keep learning, and adapt to changes online. What works for one person might not work for you, so you have to find your own way.
And never underestimate the power of community. Connect with other people who are doing this, find mentors, learn from each other's mistakes and successes. That can make a huge difference.
Oh yeah, for sure. Find your people, share what you know, and help each other grow. That's how amazing things happen. I know all this can seem a bit overwhelming, but remember, you don't have to do this alone. There are resources out there like Manx by Design. They want to support you every step of the way.
Yeah, that's what makes Manx by Design so great. They don't just build websites, they build relationships. And they offer that personalized support that can be so important, especially when you're just starting out.
Exactly. They want you to ask questions. And that kind of open communication builds trust and leads to success. It's like having a partner who's always in your corner, cheering you on.
Okay, before we finish up, I want to leave you with something to think about. What are you good at? What are you passionate about? What experiences do you have that nobody else does? And how can you use all of that to create a product or service that only you can offer?
That's what it's all about. When you're true to yourself and share your talents with the world, you build a business that's not just successful, it's fulfilling too.
Find that place where what you love and what people need come together. And remember, things are always changing online, so there's always room for new ideas, new ways of doing things.
Don't be afraid to dream big, to think differently, to try things out until you find what works for you. There's no one right way to be successful, and that's what makes it all so exciting.
I love that. Okay, I think it's time to wrap up this part of our deep dive. But before we go, if you're feeling that spark, that like, I could do this feeling, don't let it go. Check out Manx by Design's website, that Shopify guide we were talking about. Really start exploring. And don't worry, we'll link everything in the show notes. Easy peasy.
Yes, definitely. And it's great to learn about all this stuff, but knowledge is only powerful if you actually use it. Take what we talked about today and start putting it into action. Take those first steps.
Don't let this be just another podcast you listen to and then forget about, right? Let this be that push you needed to actually make a move, even a small one.
And what's so cool about the online world is, like, there's no one right way to do things. Your journey is going to be totally unique, just like you. Embrace the challenges, enjoy those wins along the way, and never stop learning new things.
I love that. And hey, if you start feeling overwhelmed, remember what we learned about Manx by Design. They're not just some website builder, they're like a community, a support system.
Yeah.
They genuinely want you to reach out with questions, anything you're wondering about.
It's that personal touch that makes such a difference. Having someone there to guide you and support you, it can really boost your confidence and keep you going.
Okay, everyone, we've reached the end of our deep dive, but remember, this is just the beginning for you. Go out there, create something amazing, make your mark online, and most importantly, have fun doing it.